Hey guys, happy Tuesday. Today is Tuesday, November 6th, 2018. I hope you're at the polls or you have been to the polls. Please go out and vote today.
Yes.
Today is voting day. This is it. You get to make your voice be heard. And if you're not out there or you haven't already done it, there's plenty of opportunity to do it. So I'm with my beautiful friend Gladys, aka Gakers Akers. So let us know, give us a thumbs up that you can hear us and see us. Kimber, what's happening? So we want some hearts. Benjamin Gilbert's on. I love it when you guys pop on. So, you know, she's got a great story, so we want to hear it. And we're back. All right, thank you very much, Mr. Gilbert. He's always good about letting me know we can hear us or see us. So we've got Gladys, we've got Gakers, but we've got Akers, and that's where we're at today. Welcome, and thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so, you know, the audience always, Viviana, what's up? Happy Tuesday. The audience always wants to know a little bit about you. So give us your background.
So I am originally from Puerto Rico, born and raised in Puerto Rico, my extraordinarily beautiful island. I recently moved to Orlando, Florida after Hurricane Maria. Obviously, we all know about that. Hit the island. And I decided to move closer to family. Relocated from the state of California, specifically San Diego, where my husband
So beautiful
served.
there.
Oh, that's my city. Still call it home.
I saw that on your Facebook profile that you have both Orlando or maybe San Diego as current city.
Correct.
I love that.
I think that I'm a coastal.
You're bi-coastal?
I'm bi-coastal, from the east to the west, from the west to the east. So I'm trying to keep my business in both coasts because I love to serve my clients.
And your husband, you were saying, I interrupted, he's a veteran. No, he's currently serving, no.
No, he's a veteran.
He's a veteran.
He retired a couple years ago, 20 years in the service. So.
All right, so you weren't just born in Puerto Rico and became a realtor. So tell us a little bit about your background.
So,
see, you did what I told you were going to do. You went, I was born and now I'm a realtor. and I'm like, come on, there's a whole story in between.
So married my beautiful husband in Puerto Rico, and he was stationed at the time in the island. So we got stationed in San Diego, California, where I became a realtor 18 years ago. Goodness.
Wow.
Yes, it's been so long.
We've talked about this. You have amazing skin.
Thank you. Thanks to my mama.
Thanks to mama. It's all genes.
It's all the genes. I cannot claim that, unfortunately. So we became a realtor in San Diego, California, where I practiced for several years. And due to my husband's career, that requires for us to relocate to state to state.
That's right. How many states have you've moved a lot?
Yes,
you've had to adapt.
13 times in 17 years or so.
Wow,
kind of,
that's
give
insane.
it a take. Yeah, quite much. But with that came the experience of me helping families, especially the military family, who I concentrate to and I love working with, because with the challenge of moving, not only the children, if you have children, and schools, it's jobs.
It's a lot, right?
It's a lot to handle.
So look at these comments. So hello, Louie. Hey, Susie Parker. Mr.
When
I
she
love
was
Robert.
dead. Oh, Robert.
Yeah, he's a good
Hi,
man.
Bob.
We got to get you on the show, Bob.
Yes, Bob.
I don't know why you're not here.
I know.
All right, but did you grow up with, did you always want to be a realtor? That's always my question if I can't get you to redirect. So what was your dream growing up?
My dream, actually, be a dancer, professional dancer.
That's right, because on your Facebook profile, you talk about music and dance.
Yes.
Why? What was that? Did you take ballet? Did you take tap?
Actually, never took professional, beside when I was in college. I was always attracted to ballroom dancing, salsa, cha-cha, and I team up with a beautiful and an amazing instructor, Betty and Felix from Puerto Rico. And that's who I actually met my husband in the dance studio. He was my student.
So your husband, nice. There's some, there's some scandal. She married her student. Watch out. People who are coming in late will be like, "Oh my God, she was a teacher and she married her student." It's a dance school, people.
Dance school people.
So you were you ended up being a teacher of salsa. What was your husband coming there to learn?
Well, because he was from California and what we call a gringo in Puerto Rico,
I'm
in
one
the
too.
island. So in Puerto Rico, we have a culture about dancing salsa. It's very structural dance. We learn it since we're little kids, but to dance it properly, you actually need to learn the technique to the dance. So I always fell in love with with the salsa music since I was a little girl. So my husband decided to take classes at the time following.
He's a brave man.
He was, but the thing is, he was at clubs, and every time they bring like salsa music, everybody that doesn't know how to dance it properly, they move out of the stage, right? So they let the dancers, do their thing.
Jane Graham says, I wish I could dance. The only salsa I can do comes with chips. Me too. It's all about the hips, right?
It's always
Don't you have to about the hips? So talk about that a little bit, because I know that's not the direction we were planning on doing, but that's such a prevalent dance. It's such a fun, romantic, sexy dance.
It is.
And yet, if I try to move my hips, I'm afraid one's going to be displaced and I'm going to have surgery.
No.
You have to have that movement. So how do you teach a gringo, like you called your husband?
Yes.
How do you teach a gringo to do that?
The basics are very simple. It's 8 steps, right? So it's go with the ear. First of all, you need to learn the steps of the dance just following your ear, because rhythm, you cannot teach that.
You cannot
teach that. You either have it or you don't. So that's why they call the two left foot
two
or whatever.
left feet.
Whatever.
I'm one of those people.
Everybody can dance. Everybody can dance. As long as you follow the rhythm of the music, everything is possible. So teach him how to salsa. We got engaged very shortly after, and 18 years later.
So I love that. And by the way, Mario, you're right. First step, alcohol. So
for you guys.
Seriously. So you got engaged. So how did you know he was the one? Because you took pity on him, or did he have the moves?
He had the move. He still had the move. So it's the reason he got me. So yeah, we fell in love. We fell in love in a short time, and we've been married for 18 years. Coming at 19.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's big time, especially in this day and age. Now, how did you get from salsa instructor to hey Wendy to realtor? To realtor.
So when we moved to San Diego after we got married, we went to buy our first home. I was at the age of 20 years old, and my husband was 24 years old, turned to be 24. And we just, in San Diego, we couldn't afford rental, even though you will get some housing allowance through the military. And the housing market, it was very expensive, but we decided to move outside the city. And my husband, we bought our first home at that age, back in 2000 from Lennar Homes, a great builder.
You were a baby.
I was a baby, but super proud of the purchase, because I was hired as a hostess at the time when we have model homes. Like normally you go to a new builder, they have model homes. But at the time, 18 years ago, they have a hostess to greet, the clients that come in to see the models.
I love that you call it a hostess. We don't say that anymore.
Yeah.
That's basically what it is.
So yeah, I was hired as a hostess. One Monday morning, the agents of the office went to their sales meeting, weekly sales meeting. And on that afternoon, I literally presented to 8 contracts. So I sold 8 houses in one day, in a 7-hour job. And I fell in love with the industry at that moment. And because not only I get to help a lot of people find their dream home, what we call the American dream home, right? It's just to walk into the process of buying the first home, if not second home.
But how did you know, hey, what's up, Mr. Ross? How did you know that that's what you wanted to do? Did somebody challenge you and say, hey, you'd be a great realtor?
No.
Or what was it? Like, what made you jump into the real estate world?
For me, was that I realized that I can help others by achieving that goal that I achieved at the age of 20. So for me, it was like, I can do this. I can help. I can learn the business. I can learn and educate others about home buying. Because it's very important. People have to live somewhere. You either pay somebody else's mortgage or you pay your own. So we decided to do that in an early age. It has paid off and had teach me who I am at this moment. So
I love it. All right, so what did you do? So you jump in, but you're moving a lot, right? So you're moving around a lot. You have 2 children.
Yes.
So real estate is a very flexible, yet you can still raise a family. You can still do all you want to do. You can be at their games. That's why I love what I do. Is for that reason, the flexibility. But you had to adapt to different markets?
You have to, and especially with my husband moving from duty station to duty station, I have to get my license in every state that I go to and put my roots.
Right.
But because he moved me so often, we had to move due to his career. At one point, I have New Jersey real estate license, studied for Connecticut real estate license. I have my California license. And when we moved to Florida, I have my real estate license at that point as well too. So you get to learn a little bit about each state, some more than others. But in California, I did it for approximately 18 years on and off the market because I moved, obviously.
What's the difference between the markets? Because you practice in both right now. You're in both Florida and San Diego, like California.
Correct.
Is there a giant difference? I mean, I feel like the price points are super high there compared to ours.
Absolutely.
But is there a different clientele? And when you're doing business, that's really the generic part that we want to talk about. When you're conducting business, do you feel like there's a difference between how you do business in California versus how you do business in Florida?
Yes and no. So I believe that I feel like sometimes you have to be like a chameleon, just to switch your colors and your personality and your knowledge. Because California market obviously is a lot higher. Average sales price, I would say, is 400. I think we went up recently, 475.
And not for a giant house.
No, we're talking about, it can be a condominium.
Yeah.
It can be a 2-bedroom.
You can get a lot of money, a house for your money here, comparatively.
Absolutely. And I believe that most of the market that is happening in California is a lot of millennials. Versus here in Florida, we have a lot of, not seniors, I would say experienced buyers. And also, I'm trying to educate the new buyers to actually just jump into the business because the opportunities are there. And like I said, one more time, you have to have a roof over your head. Might as well invest in yourself, invest in your family.
What do you say to people, though, we have a lot of people who are really big proponents of renting versus buying.
Yes.
So in this market, when you just mentioned it, what is the thing that you talk to them about? What's the most important thing for them to hear when it comes to going, hey, listen, instead of paying all that, in my opinion, paying all that money to somebody else, here's what you can accomplish with home ownership.
Correct. And it's go back to that education, educating the rentals, and tell them, hey, listen, this is how much you can afford, finding out exactly how they can afford something. It's a matter of educate them financially to make that movement, because sometimes it's a matter of changing their day-to-day lifestyle. Sometimes it is. I mean, if you don't go to, I love Starbucks, but if you change a little of your behavior socially, it can make a huge impact in your financial state and for your family, specifically if you have children.
Right.
So it's important to know
because
that.
I think homeownership comes with its challenges. That's not the issue. I mean, you have maintenance, you have a whole bunch of stuff that you don't have to worry about.
Correct.
But do you want to? There's no tax write-off for rental.
You flushing the money.
So what about this market? So talk a little bit about, I keep hearing from different people that the market's shifting.
Correct.
What's shifting in our real estate market? What do you feel? What are you seeing?
What I see is, the shifting that I see is because buyers get a little scared about the interest rate. Listen, the market had to balance one way or another. We have less inventory right now due to sellers sometimes feel they need to hold on into their investment and cash out maybe in another time, and maybe a couple months when the interest rate go down. We bought our first home. I think we paid 6.75 on a VA loan, and our payment at the time, but obviously the cost of the home was a lot lower than it is right now.
Absolutely.
So everything kind of balanced it out. But listen, it's either we pay towards our mortgage or we pay rent, and we don't have any tax write-off whatsoever. So it was a big challenge for first-time home buyers sometimes to realize, if you put this money that you used to work, used to bring money, right, to pay where you live, just invested it wisely and just adjust your lifestyle. Sometimes you don't even have to. They don't know the steps to do so.
Correct. So what do you talk to, or do do you talk to agents, people who are coming in that want to be a business owner? What's
Correct.
it like being your own person? Because I think a lot of people believe that you're immediately going to get into real estate or any business and you're going to make $1 million a year.
Exactly.
But there's a lot of work that goes into it, but there's a
Yes.
lot of freedom and flexibility.
Correct.
Talk a little bit about that.
I always have, I can talk beautifully about this industry just because it has fulfilled me, not only as a woman, as a mother, as a wife. It has fulfilled my family doing what I love doing it. And I did not, if everybody asks, do you love doing that since the beginning? I'm like, heck no. Hell no.
That's honesty,
you learn,
though.
Yes. You learn how to do the business and how to, approach the challenges to it, because it's a lot of challenges in this business, because you're dealing, these buyers, especially first-time home buyer, they are giving you in your hands the biggest investment of their life. And the first one, it can be the last one. You never know. So I take my job very, very seriously when it comes to that, because it's a lot of responsibility. And my job, I like to take the stress away, because we all know that it's very stressful buying a home and being escrow, doing this, what to do, what not to do.
Correct.
Yes.
So you've learned how to balance as a mom and a wife,
Yes.
a wife of a
Military
now
guy.
military, veteran, but a
Veteran.
military guy. That's a lot of a balance, but you're able to do it. I think when people are thinking of entrepreneurial spirit, you definitely have that. I think you have to have that as a realtor.
You have to, and you need to come to this business with the right mindset, not to make money. You will make money no matter job you do. It's all about money, right? So for me, it's about the experience and how I can help others. For me, that's definitely fulfill me.
Is that your why? So why do
Yeah.
you love real estate? Is it because you get to help others? Is it because of the flexibility, all of the above?
I do honestly feel that not only helping them achieve that dream or help them achieve that, my clients become my family. I mean,
Correct.
it's the journey, and it's my selective family, it's my selective friends. And I get to be there for birthdays, for weddings, for, you name it socially. They know I like social events, so.
Because you're in it together for
Yes,
so long.
yes.
It's such it can be, and it really is, an intense process of sharing all of your information, sharing your entire life with a loan officer like me, with your realtor, with everybody, and you're going through the motions of this, and you become close.
Yes,
I mean,
absolutely.
you build a relationship with your clients, with your borrowers and your sellers, and that makes sense because you guys are in the foxhole together. You guys are in the war, in the battle, trying to get stuff done, because there's very few people anymore that everything is clean about their transaction.
Oh, absolutely.
So if it's not the person, it's the other person. If
it's
it's not
always
that,
somebody.
it's the property.
Yep.
If it's not that, it's the different vendors that are involved in the transaction.
Correct.
You have to balance all of that.
All that. And most of the time, we have like the realtor, they just write a contract or whatever, and that's not it. I mean, selling a home, that's the easy part. Getting through escrow, getting to the closing table, that's when you have a good realtor working for you and negotiating your behalf, so that way when you get those keys, you are absolutely in heaven.
Correct.
Like excited and can't wait to roll on that carpet and dance around.
Gotta dance.
Always dancing.
So what do you do for extracurricular?
Oh, what
do you do for fun?
Oh,
because
gosh.
your husband's retired.
Yes.
But is he consulting? Is he?
He's still working. That
course
man can
he is.
never retire. I don't think neither of us can ever retire.
Oh yeah, so
we always do
I
something.
love Bob. Yes, we want to talk about your modeling experience. Come on, Bob. That was on my agenda, but Bob, you brought it up earlier, which is fine by me. Tell me about, that's where I was going with you. Tell me about your extracurriculars. So talk about your modeling experience.
So,
because I had a whole bunch of people message me, who's the beautiful girl who's coming on the show today?
You're so adorable. Thank you for that. My modeling experience, I love becoming somebody else, let's put it that way, behind the camera sometime. I was privileged to know very amazing photographers, not only in California, but here. And I just love if they give me a theme, let's go for it.
So did you model for magazines? Did you do runway? What did you do?
Well, I did runway. Well, in my early age in Puerto Rico, my dad was a runway actually coordinator. So he put us in modeling classes when I was, I think I was 7.
Nice.
So I was very young, and I love going to the mall, and they will have, the kids' dresses and stuff, and we will model. So that's where the little background came. But then I discovered dance, and dancing for me was more fulfilled.
Do you feel like modeling helped you with your poise, with how to work? I feel like if it's taught correctly, if you can learn it, there's a lot of principles in modeling that you can apply to business or to life.
Correct. And it's all about the structure, how you pose yourself, how you describe yourself, how you carry yourself to others. Because it's one thing I never look fake. I have an accent, it would always come out. I never want to be somebody else. Right. If that makes sense? Like,
yes, totally.
This is Gladys, this is Gakers. I sometimes say too much.
No, I
but
like
I
that,
feel
though.
that way. I don't have different colors. It's only me, and I speak my truth.
Right, you speak your truth, you tell your story. You're authentic, which is what people want to see. They want to see that authenticity. It doesn't matter about the language like you were talking about earlier. I think you speak completely fine. But there are people that go out and try to pretend. Social media is really bad about that.
Yes,
I try to preach that on the show all the time. Like, don't judge your whole life by the other people's social media, because you will just feel bad.
Yes.
And trust me, those people are not doing all those things they say they're doing.
Yep.
What about with your kids? What do you want your kids to do? Do they have any interest? You have a 15?
A 15-year-old. My oldest is just turned 15 October 21st. He is approaching to...
Because they're different, you said.
They're totally different. My oldest is very weak and smart. I can even explain how weak and smart he is. He's want to achieve, possibly go to the Naval Academy, following daddy's steps.
What does your husband think of that? I mean, there's a proud moment there, right?
He is beyond proud. He decided that for himself, because we just moved here from California. He started high school. We did not want to move him anymore.
Sure.
Once we hit high school, because I think it's a very, very special time in every kid, teenagers, especially teenagers' life, that change. We knew as parents that we want to give that to him, because I went to the same high school that I graduated from, this same kids from kindergarten. So as a military kid, you don't have that opportunity. He went to 7 different elementary schools growing up, because we moved so much.
That's hard. Like, the stability part of that, I think, would be the challenge as a kid.
Correct.
I moved a lot. I didn't come from a military family, but we moved a lot.
Really?
And I always got connected, and then I was gone.
Yes.
And that allows you to be, I think that's one of the reasons why I can adapt to any situation or any social group.
Correct.
But it's not so easy and fun and great to look at when you're going through it.
Yes, correct. And especially for them as a teenager, and just to have that voice, and boys are more shy than girls. Let's admit it.
I know.
Put me in a group with anybody, I will make friends, no matter what. But my son is a little bit different on that. He's more quiet, more polite. He analyzes everything. Versus my youngest, he's little mini-me personality.
He's a firecracker, is what she's saying.
He's my troublemaker. But I love the double personality of them, because it makes us, be different parents.
I agree. Like, all 3 of my kids they have certain similarities, but they're so different.
They are.
You can't make that up. It's like completely different. And so you have to learn how to deal with them, address them, coddle them, be parents to them. It's a completely different world.
Absolutely.
And you can't believe that they're all raised in the exact same household.
Yes, same DNA. I mean,
same
from the
DNA.
Same
There's no difference there.
Yep.
All right, so we're going to... this is how fast it goes.
Oh, my goodness, right?
So we're going to share all of Gladys, a.k.a. Gakers Akers, contact information, how you can reach out to her. You have so many comments on here.
I know.
I promise you we'll get to them.
Yes.
I didn't read out a few of them. John Wild, thank you for
Sorry,
that.
John.
They're very complimentary, but lots of good stuff. But we'll share all of Gladys's contact information because you've got a great story, you've got a great personality, and I think that people are looking for entrepreneurs, some sort of guidance, the regular ones, not the ones that are necessarily on Shark Tank, but the regular people who do it every day, who are going through it.
Correct.
And have experienced it and can share. And you're always, as far as I know, you're so willing to share that. And I think that's so important when you're able to share your wisdom.
Thank you.
Oh, we got a great job, babe. There's the
hubby.
mister. Hi, hubby. How you doing? So any parting words of wisdom, anything you want to share with them before we head out?
Absolutely. So I work with Coldwell Banker Ackley Realty, my beautiful Raja Ackley.
Raja's amazing.
Oh, she's incredible.
Amazing.
She's such a wonderful woman. I'm so blessed to be part of her life and her to give me the opportunity to share what I do, what I've been doing. So I appreciate that. So I'm located in the Lake Nona office, Narcoossee Road. My cell phone number is always with me. It's beeping over there. It's area code 951. I never change my phone because if I change my phone number every time
it's 951 San Diego?
It's California. It's Temecula.
Nice.
It's the wine country over there.
Oh, yeah, I like it.
Yes, we gotta go. So my phone number is area code 951-775-4026. Feel free to text me. And if you want to get in touch with me, you can email me as well at gladys.akers@coldwellbanker.com.
See, it's so good.
Easy.
It went fast.
It went
right?
fast.
It was so easy.
I want to stay longer.
I know you're a beautiful
Thank
person.
you.
Cheers to you.
Cheers.
Thank you. Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday.
And thanks for coming on. I think your story is important, and I think more people will respond to it because of your authenticity and your vulnerability and willingness to share.
I appreciate
That's
that.
what we all want to do, right? Yes. We want to be authentic. We want to know that we connect with people, not social media people.
No.
Not those pretend pictures, guys. Go out and vote.
Vote,
if you have not voted, please
I want to
vote.
see those stickers.
We want to see the stickers. All right, we love you guys. We'll see you back soon.
Bye. Mwah.